Yeah, g'day YouTubers, Spannerman again here with another video. Hope you enjoyed the video today. Please subscribe to the channel. Any comments, thumbs up. Thanks for watching. Bye for now. Yeah, g'day YouTubers, Spannerman again here with another video. What I'd like to talk about today is the anti-kickback chains that they make, how they can cause problems on a progressive depth gauge. They don't cause problems on a standard flat gauge, but as you can see in front of you, you can see that the drive link has an extended part on top, which aids for anti-kickback. So you've got like double rakers. These double rakers are supposed to aid kickback so that the kickback is not as violent. While it may do that, it can impede your progressive depth gauges. Now, this is a steel chain, so it really doesn't affect the steel progressive depth gauge. The Husqvarna depth gauges, you can't use a Husqvarna one on there because I've tried and I'll show it to you in a minute. So just bear in mind for all those people out there buying anti-kickback chains, be very careful when you do go out and buy one because you'll be stuck with it and you might find out that you can't use a progressive depth gauge if you've got something other than a still. The still progressive depth gauge actually works quite well. I'll see if you can see that. You should be able to see it if I place it on top here. I think you can see that the drive link, which is part of the extended raker, sits right in the middle, this little slot that's here. Whereas there's the normal, that would be the normal raker, and this is the drive link raker. So that's the tooth raker because it's connected to the tooth, and that's the drive link raker. So you've got dual rakers, and as you can see, it fits in there quite good. So this is a 3/8 low profile chain. Now, not all of these progressive depth gauges has this little slot in them. If we're to take a Husqvarna, you'll find out that in the middle you've got this part here. So when you try and put this on there, it will not fit. You can't fit this on. This just doesn't fit. If you fit the standard flat gauge, which is a standard steel flat gauge, yes, it fits, but it's not progressive. So I'm promoting the progressive depth gauge. There is another depth gauge from Husqvarna. I'm not really happy with it. It's not really a progressive depth gauge. It's a flat depth gauge, and a tooth sits up in here. So when you place it on top of a chain, you'll find out that the tooth lines up with this section here. So you sit it on top like that, and I think that you can see the raised two rakers there. So really, this gauge, yeah, I'm not really happy with this because this is just like a standard flat type gauge. I asked for a progressive gauge from Husqvarna for the 3/8 low profile, and they said, I'll order you one in. And when they ordered it in, I didn't even look at it until I got home, and that's what they gave me, a little bloody flat gauge. So yeah, I've never used it and I never will. These aren't too bad, but as I said again, because of that section that's not cut out, it won't fit. You really need something like the steel gauge that's going to fit in. And the same thing, if you move up to the next one, a right-handed one, you'll have to fit it in to the right side, because when you're using these, there's a left and right. So this being left and this being a right-hand tooth or raker. So just to reiterate there, you can use a progressive depth gauge, a steel one, on the steel anti-kickback. I'm not too sure on a lot of the other chains, but I would imagine that any type of anti-kickback chain could have problems fouling with a progressive depth gauge. The other thing to bear in mind, yes, they've got anti-kickback properties, but the other problem that you've got, that you're going to have to file more than double the 2.5 times the amount of steel. So if this is the standard raker here, you've got to file this large piece as well. And that's about 1.5 times, it's about another 50% bigger than this. So that means that you've got to file 2.5 times the amount. So bear that in mind if you want to go purchase a anti-kickback chain, that you could ask your dealer, does your depth gauge fit it? So yeah, bear that in mind. Look, thanks for watching. Give us a thumbs up. Bye for now.